Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Tigers have been waiting and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. The give to the back. At the 35, he's open. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, with sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
Puts him in the spin cycle. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Now, a couple of times historically that the SEC has reached into the Big 12 during an expansion era, and the Big 12 would love to land a blow on the field here in this one.
Yeah, I think there probably is some of that with the Big 12. A lot of these teams, they used to be in our conference, and you've kind of ruined what we had built. So we got a chance now to make a dent in this, to show you, like, we're not just your, like, little recruiting system and little farm team, Jesse. Like, we're a real conference that wants to come out and make a statement.
I agree, David. I think the Big 12 throughout the years here recently has done a good job reloading and bringing in good quality programs with a lot of talented football players and those wide open, up-tempo, high-scoring offenses that can give any SEC defense problems.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They're getting this guy lathered up. They make the stop, but he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23. He's up to 51 yards for him on the ground now. What a first quarter for this guy. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. These guys set all of these goals for the season. Then to come out and say, here we are, this is how it is. That was impressive.
And, Reese, we thought this offense could be very potent this season. And they've got some skilled players. They've got some dudes that are going to scare opposing defenses. Defenses out there for the rest of this season better take notice. I know this game is early, but you can see the talent they have on offense.
Offense set on first down. Leaves it with the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it a little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quick pass on the fly motion. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game. There's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown on the opening drive.
He'll go to the sneak. Finally pulled down. Moving the chains for a first down.
And 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He'll try it again. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. Try to get it on the ground. At the 45, on its way. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
And the Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. With jet sweep pass. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing
A
game.
3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He'll take it himself. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
LSU 0.
LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. On the move. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
All right, great little run. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. It didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
The give to the back. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll run it to the right. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, LSU! Ready to try the point after. Bangs it through for an extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in a terrific top 15 matchup. Michigan is currently trailing in this one, but if history has taught us anything over the years, it's that closing out the maize and blue inside the big house is not easy. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Arkansas. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Power football with the run. Still on his feet at the 45. Just plowing ahead. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Man, this is how you want to start your season. You want to create as many explosive plays as possible. And if you're an offensive coordinator and you can turn and hand the ball off and make big plays, it makes your play calling so easy. Let's see if they
got enough space. And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
Number
precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting the push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited, the fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
That's caught. It's Burke. At midfield, he's got room. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make...
Unloads it downfield. He caught it, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tigers!
And this offense gets on the board, and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying the first of many. This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm, and this passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The give on the inside. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away from the heat. Fires on the move. Got a wide open receiver. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And that offensive line gave that quarterback all day to throw the football. That QB could have checked his social media, balanced his investment portfolio, and booked dinner. That's an example of 5 guys up front acting as one. Tremendous job in pass play.
Yeah, another good run. I feel like we could put that on loop, Jesse. Just another good run, another good run, another good run. Over 150 yards on the day. He's been the complete package, showing off all his skills today.
They'll go right back to it. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Handoff to the lone back. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And with that, they've taken the lead. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. He'll call for the fair catch here. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to move it through the air. The sure hands, it's Durham. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Well, they made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Still some work to do after that last completion. It's 2nd down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
The Tigers are on the move. The give to the tailback. Hard running there. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And great recognition by the corner. That touch pass, after he throws at the quarterback, it's a pass. He can't throw it forward again. Nice job understanding that, flying up, coming and making the big tackle in the open field.
After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. To the ground with the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front four to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They've converted twice on 4th down so far. Will they make it 3? He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Coach is always hard about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
They go right back to it. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Fights his way for a couple, but stopped short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. Needing to convert, Clemson comes to the line. They'll go with a direct snap. Tackled after picking up the 1st down. They give you 4 downs for a reason, and this offense decides to use every one of them.
Hey, if I had a back like that and I had this offensive line, man, I would do it too. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Roll the dice, give your guys an opportunity to go make a play, and they do.
After the run, now to throw. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. The hand to the running back. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the 1st. They'll try to run for it. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Offensively, are you going to take 4 to 6 every play? Yes, please. Sign me up for that. I'm going to take that every single time. Great job by the offense. Staying patient, staying true to who they are. You want to run the football. You want to be physical. You want to establish yourself. Check, check, check.
They'll give it to him again. At the 20, he's got space. Strikes the blow. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, Phyllis, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Ohio State is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Buckeyes fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup
No
like this
cap,
is
no
gonna go a
cap.
long way
Let's
telling the
see.
story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left. In
He's gonna get that. He's gonna cut back in. Good cut.
Just has to put a couple
I
drives
was in the
together.
wrong
And
game.
listen, the defense will get this back and get some stop form and get you the football.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored. If you score here, and this game's still tight,
No
you keep
huddling
your
and
feet to the
shit.
fire. So an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
They'll try the run. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
All right. Get out of that. Wildcat.
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. To the ground to try to pick up the first. The Tigers are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back.
LSU moving quickly, going to work again on first down. The give to the
This way,
lone
I see.
running back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Gonna run it. It's Durham. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. And the Tigers come to the line in the hurry up. They'll try to power their way ahead. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on 2nd and short. But the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the fourth quarter. And 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
And a great job seeing the motion coming across the formation, understanding the jet sweep's a possibility, pulling the trigger, going and get the guy.
Line getting set on 2nd down.
That'd be the funniest.
He's looking to throw. Fires to the wide
Thank
out.
you.
And he intercepts it. Taking it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation. in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet.
Let's do this.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. The give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I guess I got to throw
It's going to be
this
tough
bitch.
sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield.
Oh, that was there.
That's not close as he got
It was there.
deliberate, and it'll bring up 4th down.
High pass. It was about to be right on the money.
First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Makes a move. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to
Yes,
win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate those.
And I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. That's reeled in. It's Burton.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
LSU will get a 1st down. Quick tempo here for the offense. To the air on 1st down. Moves around to clear up the vision. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. LSU right back to the line. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Feeling some heat. Going to try to get it himself. Jumps on top of the pile.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. On the move. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. LSU getting set on 1st and 10.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Quarterback checking off. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Coming after it. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And man, it can be dangerous when quarterbacks get outside the pocket. They can stress your defense so bad. You better chase them. You got to keep running as hard as you can and try to get to him before he can throw that football, and especially square those shoulders up. Nice job by the defense continuing to pursue even though he got outside the pocket.
That's why as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on third down because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
Absolutely perfect.
Nice job making that field goal. You're down a possession here late in the game. You've got 2 timeouts in your back pocket. Do you trust your defense to be able to go out, get a stop, and get you the football back for one final shot? We're going to see.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. It's a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, though.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your solo objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the gun.
Takes the handoff. It's Gilliam. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. Waning moments, huge fourth down, and this crowd is rising to the occasion.
Oh, he got the ball. He gotta go. Yeah.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. A first down for the offense.
That shit good, brother. I'm back on my physique. You know the vibes. Yes, sir.
Looking to throw. He's going up top here late in the game. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass. And that's going to do it for this one. We waited so long to start.